1, a 2, and you know what to do.
Oh. Yeah, that was.
Listen to the sound of parenting.
It's
an audio tape to make other parents feel good about themselves. Oh, that's what I sound like too.
But it's, you know what that whole is? I don't like negotiating with children because I didn't grow up being negotiating.
This is not smokers etiquette. This.
Yeah, I was also like, what is happening there?
No.
Bridge over troubled bullshit.
Over trouble bullshit.
Yeah.
So if you guys watching, yes, obviously you're watching, but usually we film around midday.
Are you gonna excuse the lighting?
No, because I'm explaining the situation.
We have a lot to-
His sigh.
Yes.
His sigh needs
Okay.
explanation of him literally picking up his kids and then making breakfast.
Us.
Yes.
Or
yes.
picking up the kids.
Yo, you're the worst. You're the worst. It's like you're the person. I also contributed.
Yeah, we were there.
Yes.
I also deserve a sigh.
No, but Shame, you did well. But you look like the beer. You know, this looks like the new version of a Black
At the
Label.
end
Because usually it's mining now.
That's parenting.
That's
new
what
ad.
That's
More
what beer
reward.
ads would be if they allowed kids in them. It would all just be parents drinking because of their children.
Yes.
But I often think advertising, one of the things about advertising, and I don't know if it's just a creative thing that I've always thought where I'm like, just tell the people the truth
Yes.
and they will love you more.
Yes.
You can't tell the people the truth in advertising.
Because
Because
That's why all of a sudden you're advertising a Volvo, but you just watch chickens for 30 seconds and you're like, what? Because they couldn't tell the truth. This car is not worth the price tag. They can't tell you that.
Yes.
This car is inflated.
it's always like that, bruh. I'm like, I guess, but because I was in advertising, people like the stories. Because it's like a...
But I'd like an
'Cause also
honest
you-
story though.
'cause
Like
also-
you're saying.
what do you mean?
An honest story. So Jameson isn't those things we're celebrating. Jameson is you've broken up and the guy's just depressed. He's crying and then
Yeah.
he meets his friends at the bar. Hey dude,
Sorry about that, my
Yeah.
friend.
Jameson.
Right.
Yes.
The better way to drink your troubles away.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Which client would be... It's so funny
You
because
can't legally do it.
I have...
No, actually, it's not that they can't legally do it. They saw, because you see now, like the bar, you know that bar at the bottom, drink responsibly.
Yes,
right.
They make it bigger every year. They put billboards up doing all these campaigns, not because they don't want you to drink. It's because they saw what happened to cigarette advertising. So they're constantly trying to appease the government. So that's why they put laws on themselves of what they will and will not do.
Oh, okay.
You will not show people drinking out like as a solution to any kind of problem.
I see.
It's all these rules to go, government, we're not. Remember when those smoke people told people that it was good for their health? Oh, we would never tell people it's good for their health.
When I was small, I broke my mother's vase, and then before she got home, I was planning to run away. I was like, before anything happens, I will do it for you. And then,
Yes.
When the little one broke the TV, it was the same thing.
he was planning.
He literally, because the gates and stuff were closed, he couldn't get out. So his brother went to look for him after the TV broke. And then when he found him, he was like, I found him playing outside. And he was like, I wasn't playing, I was running. I was like, oh my
Oh,
God.
jeez.
Yes.
It's heavy.
That's the world for kids.
Because you know what's scary about that? Like if you had child protective services and then they went, if you running away from home for breaking a TV or a vase,
There's
what are you
something
doing?
happening at home,
Yes.
right?
How are you treating this
That's
kid
very
that a television goes, I need to get out of here?
Yes.
Jess is treating his children quite fine. He just served them a plate with 2 meats.
Ah!
2 meats on it.
And a green something.
And a green something.
That was
He's
impressive.
a modern father making veggies.
Oh, thank you.
Veggie was one green.
Black Label getting me through the day.
The way they zoom up on the bottle and they always get the sun shining through the bottle when the guy's drinking an ad.
Right.
You just see all those bubbles.
Never as pretty.
Dude, never as pretty when you're getting pumped. And it's never like that. No one ever, there's no space in sumo to stand and drink like this.
No,
I
no
haven't-
one's ever seen doing this.
The real stuff, man. Give us the real. I'm getting ads now, like on my Spotify, which I don't understand, and I'm actually not sure how I feel about them, because now I can see that there's different music that comes on, and now I'm getting Afrikaans adverts on my Spotify. And in my head, I was like, what am I listening to that makes them
I was about to
think-
say, I feel like they know you.
Yeah, but I mean, at that time when I'm like, what did I listen to that makes them think that I want to listen to?
It's so weird that there's zero Afrikaans music I listen to.
It's not weird. Have you?
Right. You know, Captain. The Galagata of Afrikaans.
You've listened to Afrikaans more than you should have.
I listen to Somali music. I listen to Indian music.
Right.
This was, I'm like, my music is so open, but you're not listening to an entire.
But I think that's because of your entire attitude towards Afrikaans.
Maybe, eh?
Let me just say,
Racism.
why would you go and listen to? Why would?
to the sound of racism
Ish, bruh.
as it whistles through your ear.
Yeah, but I'm
is
sure
it shame?
there's some things where you just like, that have no, but you know what I mean. It's like
We're trying to justify, guys. We need to listen to.
yes,
Afrikaans.
yeah. I was trying to find a way.
We need to find something because those guys have a.
No, but not. Here's my thing with Afrikaans music. A lot of music is built around the intonation of the language. It's like how it's hard to sing an R&B song in its Xhosa,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
But if you listen to traditional Xhosa music, the melodies are beautiful,
right.
Right.
I feel like Afrikaans, because it was a new language, they didn't have time to make a new music. They just fit the language into whatever genre. Have you ever listened to it? Feels like this is not supposed to be sung.
I hear what you're saying.
Op die res van die berge, voor die
What is the problem with that?
No, bro. It just sounds not. It's not musical.
Spanish sailor.
Because every
You've never listened to that song and gone, yes.
I did add a bit more vibrato than it actually is.
because
Give it a bit of.
every English song sung in Spanish sounds beautiful. Like I don't feel like something's missing.
What do you mean?
So the same thing you saying, if somebody takes Billie Jean and does the Afrikaans
God.
version of Billie Jean, you will go, even if you've never heard Billie Jean.
Save us meer. Already. Yes. I said 3 words and you already locked out.
You said 3 words because you didn't have any more. Not that you'd made your point. Please relax.
I forgot the words I was translating. She was more like a beauty queen.
Yeah, yo.
Yes.
She was
Beauty's
more,
already you fucked.
She was more like a beauty queen.
And I'm like,
Save us meer soos 'n pragtige.
no, you just said
Beautiful.
Save us meer as 'n mooi meisie van die films. Van die bioscoop. Already I'm logged out, bro, man.
Yes.
Already Afrikaners are logging out.
Yes. See, Spanish saying.
I love your
if it-
confidence thinking Afrikaners are listening to us.
I hope. Yeah.
Afrikaners stopped listening to us in season 2. Bro. Absolutely. We've said enough things in the clips for them not to go, I'm not finding this
An
podcast.
hour of this.
Yes.
An hour of judgment.
Yeah, no, bro.
Die Dope Us podcast.
Wow. I was wondering what
Maybe,
the hell you were saying.
but how dope was Die Dope? I don't know what dope is in Afrikaans.
Die lekkerste.
Do you think we could translate? Like if we translated.
If we overdubbed our podcast in Afrikaans.
Oh, we gotta look
Bruh.
into. Oh, okay, maybe not even Afrikaans, but I'm keen for Afrikaans. But if we took everything we've done and changed it into other languages.
Or why don't you
blazing.
literally just give it to you know that when they do the dubbing and you just go give it to Skulk.
Jou maar is lief vir die Here. Jou maar is lief vir die
Give it to Skulk and them.
Oh, that would be so cool. I think we should look into that shit.
That sounds like
It
more
seems
work
like
to me.
That's a lot of effort.
You know, like sometimes when I'm uploading the videos, there's the option to like, okay, insert
Oh, the captions. Yeah.
And I'm like, oh man, we would spread our market. People will be able to sneak watch our stuff because then you can read instead of
Yes.
like audio. And then I'm like, I'm not gonna type out an hour and a half of conversation.
But you know what? That
Yeah,
is
it's a lot, bro.
because
now you want me to translate?
yes.
No.
But that is the reason why there are no wheelchair ramps in most places. Because serving people who are not...
In South Africa,
In South Africa, yes.
Yeah.
we don't
Serving-
care about our cripples at all.
Yes.
Yes, we don't, bro.
Because it's
And
hard.
after Oscar
and
killed his
it's-
girlfriend, like, you see why.
But I realized that because I used to date someone who used to work in like
I thought you were gonna say
the.
walk. I'm like, how?
No, man.
I could never see you
How,
with
is
a
this,
crippled
how
person.
does she? Yeah.
No,
I was
no.
like, how does she walk that she needs a ramp and not stairs?
No, man. She's
Cheating would be
into-
so easy. Just go to clubs with stairs. This person never.
I can see your wheelchair tracks up to her house.
Are you? Let's finish this argument. Don't go upstairs.
No,
Don't you go upstairs.
If she has to catch you, she needs 2 strong gentlemen to help her.
And you'd hear from the.
Yes. And you'll see her come to the club. Everyone just pointing like something's approaching.
Why is everyone apologetic? Oh shit!
Susan.
It's oh shit. Susan, sorry.
But I remember when I used to do clips. There was when I used to. Now when I do words, it's because I'm aware. I don't even know if people listen or how many people who need it watch my shit. But I remember being no, like in terms
You
of
sound better though. You sound better. Even your
know.
hands.
How many of the people I'm doing this for even bother?
yes.
Watch my shit. Your teeth so
The way I
better,
said
yes.
Ungrateful deaf people.
I did it for you. But it is that it's just as much as it's nicer, it's harder to be
So
more
hard.
inclusive.
It is. But
And
not,
so-
but not with the
totally.
wheelchair ramps. It's literally
Wheelchair ramps in terms of organizations, bruh. In terms of like build, because it's not just a wheelchair ramp into the place. You then have to if you get someone in who,
You gotta
makes
let them-
spaces inclusive.
And you're gonna fix toilets. 'cause,
Yes,
you know,
those
it's a
people are
bunch
like
of things.
yes, they the mechanic. You know when you take your car to a mechanic. You know when you take something and then the mechanic's like, oh,
you guys sound
so-
like what apartheid sound like when they had to be inclusive. You know, once they are in the building, you know we have to allow for
We sound
black,
like we-
black things to have to happen now. We have not built this building for black things to happen.
You're gonna get different glasses. That's how they were thinking like that.
Fuck, that's funny.
They were thinking all those things.
Maybe they're not racist, they're just lazy.
Yes. And also the business wasn't going well. You can't be angry at a person.
All those in favor of black things say yeah. Exactly. Keep it as it is.
And it's just Susan in a wheelchair because she knows how it feels. No, Susan.
We tried.
It's a tough. You know what I've also noticed with wheelchair ramps, because you don't always see it. So when you do see it, you go, "Oh, there's a wheelchair ramp."
Yeah.
Some of them I feel are too
They're
steep.
too steep. I've watched a video where a guy, but it's like an inspirational video.
They put rock.
Ramps, and he's like, oh, she got to roll back.
No.
Ramp, bro, like 5 times before he gets to the top of this ramp, and I'm just like, God damn, that's.
Dude, it is a lot. Like some of the
But that's what happens when you skip arm day.
Horrible.
every minute is.
Yes,
arm
every minute
minutes.
of my life is arm day, nigga. You want me to have a
It's a lot, dude. I remember. Sorry. Carry on.
I was gonna say even the number.
Somebody was like, I think your brother commented, "You guys don't let each other finish. Does anyone finish?" And I was just like, okay, maybe I need to think about how I'm listening to people.
Sometimes I watch back, I'm like, fuck, they're right.
Yes, because it's not even wrong. Yes.
Do you know, sometimes I watch and I'm like, yeah, but it ended in a joke. What else do we need to say about this entire important subject?
But also in terms of the late post, I don't know. Sometimes do we have to explain, because this is gonna be a late post, so explaining to people, is it a nah thing?
No, there's a technical thing. They're gonna see it.
Right. Listen,
That's all that matters.
this is the Donda ass podcast now.
This is the done ass.
Except-
So guys, excuse Kanye. You can excuse us.
Yes.
We're in the stadium right now.
My thing now is whenever anything happens,
And Donda isn't late because Kanye is trying to make breakfast for 2 children.
Tat, you should understand.
Yes.
I've realized that now the strength that I pull when stuff happens is, and it does work where I go, there's nothing I can't handle because I'm surviving a global pandemic. Like in terms of, it's one of those things that if anything happens, I'm gonna always in the future go. If I do, jeepers, inshallah.
Yeah, we're still in it.
I know.
think we're like
I'm surviving a global
I
pandemic.
feel like you haven't even registered for your thing yet.
I've been vaccinated.
Oh, really?
I have, and I didn't feel good.
I thought you just got the message, so you've been.
Didn't feel good.
I didn't.
Was it the Hadida?
It wasn't even hard because you know why? It was the most sheep-like thing I've ever done in my life. And you know how I am.
It's that part of you that doesn't want to do what other people are doing.
And not even other people. I realized it's because I didn't even take time for myself.
To find out your stance.
Yeah. So whether I'm right or wrong, I just felt like I did something.
This wasn't mine.
But
But
wouldn't
you know
call it
what?
sheepish.
It doesn't matter.
I know.
This
And even
one-
when I
this
hear
one
that, so
doesn't
now even
matter.
when I see the ads that go, you did the right thing, I'm like, yeah, it's not the point. The point is,
No, it is the point.
no, for me.
It's not the point for me.
Because that's why people kill themselves, bro. You know how many people do so many...
What? How
No, in terms of do so many great things in life, but because they either haven't connected with themselves or done it because they wanted to, they still feel shitty. Like they... I know-
beyond the outer greatness of
Yes,
it.
I know
In,
it might... I know, I get it.
Yes.
But I think the reason why I didn't feel good is I had that thing of... It's that thing I have with anything that I do when I don't listen to myself.
Okay.
It's the same thing. It just happens to be a vaccine.
Yeah.
Now.
That could save your life.
Yeah, even that I'm like, yeah, but still, because my whole life is as an artist. No, fuck that shit. Why am I doing this?
Yeah, what was it? What
My
is
whole
that?
thing as an artist has been to follow myself, and this is the one decision that I've done.
I don't think it's the same.
This is beyond you.
I know.
Let it. This is internal.
It's
And if you want to keep being an artist, you want more people to get vaccinated. Otherwise, you're going to keep performing.
To 8 people.
Yes.
I know everything you're saying. I know, but it's just like
You're fighting yourself. I need you to know that you're fighting yourself, and it's got nothing to do
Yes.
with the rest of the world.
And it has nothing to do with your art.
I'm gonna
thing.
give you the worst piece of advice. I hate. I hate these words for anyone.
right.
Get over yourself.
It is true.
I've never said those words actually, but I just feel like it's just one of those like you're gonna spend so much energy on this.
Right.
And all you gotta do is just like decide.
No, it's true. I did it, and I was just like, people. You know, when I read, it's for your, because I don't even.
Because a part of me is still a part of me. That part of me that enjoys, and there was a time I was deep into conspiracy theories. It didn't die. It still lives, but it's much smaller than the person I am now. So
Do you feel like because you have more important things in life?
no, because conspiracies they never give you facts. It's always just enough to make you think otherwise.
Right.
It's never like, here's the thing that is a pure fact and here it is. It's always just like, but did you know that the Egyptians weren't? Nah.
Yes.
They were just star people. It's like, star people? What the fuck's that mean? But it makes sense because the pyramids are aligned with the stars. They were star people. It's like, no, you're making me make connections.
Right.
Whereas the other side is like, no, this is the science.
Yes.
But I admit that part of me is still like, if we come out of this and the
Yes.
conspiracies are true, microchipped or kill the blacks or whatever the conspiracy
Either I'm on
is,
my way to wellness or a werewolf. One of the two.
I go, okay, cool. They won. Like they played their
Right.
cards
Yes.
and hey man,
And don't act like you already.
I didn't have a better choice to make at the
Yes.
time.
And don't act like you're already surviving in a system that's created to hold you back and all these different things. So maybe now you're at a stage in your life where you're old enough to make decisions for your life in your life, but you're already in the bullshit of the thing. So there's already systems that were created to hold you back
Yes.
in everything.
You're already swimming in the bullshit.
You're already
You're already surviving the swimming in the bullshit.
yes.
Right.
So now you're around while they're making the bullshit. So the thing of the vaccines and stuff, or whatever, putting the chips and all those things. Now you're around and you're seeing the decisions being made in front of us. But there's so many decisions and systems you live by that were
Right.
just made behind closed doors.
And I'm making.
It's
those
like how
decisions
people
anyways.
hate the internet. People will go, the internet's killing us, and the other people go, okay, this could be a bad thing, and they're watching and they're listening and they're whatever.
Right.
But I could also get out of poverty through this thing.
Right.
Through this bullshit, I could also like lift myself and do the things I
Got
want
you.
to do.
And also, when you go, the internet's
Got you.
this bad thing. don't act like we weren't living with the newspaper that was putting other
Yes.
bullshit in our
It was like a
Gotcha.
really slow upload, once a week. Once a week.
It's just different versions of bullshit.
It's so funny because I'm thinking of the porn version of Once a Week. You remember
Yes.
You Magazine?
Waiting for the middle page.
Yes. Yes, my boy. Okay.
There was a lot of food, though.
Yeah, there was. Go watch. Go watch.
That was like a grown man's amount of food that you gave the child. Put it on the table, my boy.
Yes. Come say hello because now people are wondering why. Stand next to Uncle Lloyd, say hello, and then leave us. No, don't show the food.
No, show the food, bruh.
No, it doesn't look as good as what I made it.
Okay, that is also true.
Say hello to everyone.
Hello.
And say welcome to the Dope Ass Podcast.
Welcome to the Dope Pants Papa.
Yes.
There we go. Yes.
I don't know if I've
Thank
gone
you,
on
my
my
boy.
phone.
Go watch, and then I'll come in now, okay?
What you said was some bull.
Because
Huh?
in order to be able to think, you have
Leave
to
everything
risk
at the table. I'll sort it out. Close the door.
mass madness, you maniacs!
That, in terms of real adverts, would now be Durex. Just those kind of things. You know those viral, like...
There was that one Durex that was great with a kid throwing a tantrum in the store because he wants something.
Yeah.
And it's just this kid, Ivela Papa, Ivela, I think it's Italian, Ivela Papa, Ivela, rolling on the floor, throwing things, and then just zooms on the face of the father, and it just goes Durex, and you go, yeah, I get it, man.
Yes.
But how many people are using? That's great, Ed. But how many people are using condoms to prevent babies and not to prevent AIDS? So we always sell it
Not
as a
even
baby
that,
thing.
bruh.
You know what I mean?
A lot of people are using condoms to show that they
she
use
wants
condoms so that eventually they don't have to use condoms.
Hilarious. I
He's like,
realized something.
see, I can use a condom, but we don't have
But
to.
I heard the other day, a friend of mine was telling me about a guy that she was with who said to her, he doesn't like condoms. And it was the first time that I heard someone say what I feel.
Everyone.
But you're not allowed to say that
No, you're not allowed.
because it feels like, I've always felt like I'm a creep for not.
But also, at which point are you saying this? Are you saying this after a while of using condoms? Or are you saying this date one?
I'm saying it like as a life thing. Like I don't like.
No one likes condoms, bro.
I'm
But
saying
no one
that-
says it. That's the thing. No one says it out loud.
I guess, yeah.
No
'Cause you
man-
can't.
no-
Because
yes.
the thing we're fighting is bigger than your feelings.
Exactly.
I'm saying it at the engine. When we're buying cigarettes, I'm saying, don't worry about that thing. I'm fine. How many clean towels do you have at home?
Robbie's made so
no.
many 2 a.m. cigarette purchases where they're like, is that all? And he's like, yes. And they're like, are you sure you don't want to buy?
You're not allowed to say you don't like it.
I remember using, it was a first, she invited me to hers. And then the date was just weird and I didn't think I dug her. And it was just like, there's trouble here. You know, you see trouble in someone. And then I didn't have a car. She had a car. We drove to her place. And she stops at a garage. And I knew in my head, this is a condom stop. She's like, oh, just get some snacks now while we watch a movie. And I didn't get it. I was like, this is my only way out. Because I don't know, as a guy, it's hard to reject chicks. So in my head, it's
What do
like,
you mean?
if I had the condoms, I don't know how I would get out of having sex.
Oh, I see.
Oh,
I,
get
as a
you.
Oh,
guy,
you didn't want to have the sex.
I didn't want to bone her.
So you didn't get the condoms.
So I didn't get the condoms so that I would have like a, oh, we forgot condoms.
Yes.
Oh, because I knew it was a condom stop. Then I was like, nah, it's my only out here.
I once
hilarious.
prevented myself from getting in the situation of sex because I was like, I don't like this person. Same, I think it's the same thing you're saying. And I was like,
I
if I
think it's the same person. It could be Robbie. It could be.
But my thing was, if I do sleep with this person, I already take myself to another level with this person that I don't want to be in because
Right.
this isn't cool.
Yes. Yes.
You know what I mean?
But you know, I already know that it wasn't going to work because you say the situation of sex when you guys are having sex. Nobody calls it that if they want. It's like you're in Baghdad or something.
Instead, we watch television.
Oh,
A
guys, sorry I'm late.
situation
I was in
of
the
sex.
situation of sex. That sounds horrible. Yes, that's bad sexual experiences, and then
How do you
staying
feel
with someone.
rejecting women? I don't know how.
Oh no, I'm trying to think what that even means. What you just said.
See, the world doesn't prep you to reject women.
Right.
Women are always cock blocking. They're always just like, nope.
Right.
Because that's the natural way of things. The natural way is guy approaches, not natural, but the cultural way of doing it is guy approach, girl decides.
Right.
And that's the skills everyone gets. We get better at approaching.
Got
They
you.
get better at deciding.
Got you.
Right.
Got
We
you.
never have to decide. So when it happens to you as a guy,
It's very
it's jarring, bro.
right.
When a chick, have you ever talking to chick and you like, wait, is she flirting with me? And your brain goes, I don't know what to do
You've been
with this.
selected.
Yeah.
How can you? How
It's like,
can
yeah,
you?
those SMSs. You have been selected too. It's like,
Yes, it feels like jury duty. Ah, fuck.
The only time you see a guy
fuck.
going out of their way not to fuck or not to be with the person is when they go, there's another option around.
Yes.
And if I'm here with you, I'm eliminating that option that
Yeah.
I would want to
Oh
be
my
with.
god.
But still, you're never getting the rejection. You're still not just
Yes.
going, hey, man, hey.
Yeah.
No,
You're
thank
not just
you.
doing that. You're not going, no, thank you. You're like, how do I let her down? But I need to cast enough energy there. Or, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Maybe you're just a nice guy. I feel like there's people watching you go, no, Vidu. Maybe you're just a nice guy. Maybe you're just a nice guy.
Because Puffy just has somebody do this. Puff Daddy just
The girl's like,
Just a hand from the, hey, Pete, did I want to?
Yes, it's just that.
would you say you're a nice guy?
In what way?
No,
No,
becau-
when it comes, we talking
I'm a
about
nice
this.
guy who's made mistakes.
That's a great way
Right.
of putting it.
Because I'm sure there's someone watching this going,
Yeah.
I see.
oh, you think you're a nice guy? I'm sure I was trying to be nice and I failed.
Yes.
And it came across shitty.
And also, I agree that answer is great, but I've also known when I've been a dick and didn't stop myself from being a dick. As in saying it, you know, when you're saying a thing wrong to a person,
To a girl specifically.
to a girl,
Okay.
and going, because I'm just trying to up you on the shit you've said, instead of going, fine. And
Okay.
you know what I mean? Those things.
But in
They
a-
go,
in a- in a-
I need
in
to
a-
say something
but
bad.
in a-
use your
in a pot-
superpowers on her.
In a potential situation.
No, not for sex.
You're
or
talking
anything.
about in
I'm
general.
talking about general where I've
Okay.
gone, I could have walked away, but I'm like, I need to hit you back with one more line just to walk and
So I
take
can
a
win the
smoke.
conversation.
That's
Yes.
almost unfair because that's what you do.
Yeah, I get that, but
What was she thinking?
when
Right.
you when you're feeling shitty and a person's one up on you, you're not thinking about what my career is for the person. You know what I mean?
yeah.
You
You think,
just
what do I have?
you're
A
just going, what do I?
bazooka?
Yes.
Right.
And it never, and you know, it's never worked. It's never worked in the sense that you know, when you say a thing and you go, I want to win here, but win. In my head, I thought I'm winning, but there's no winning. You know what I mean?
Got you, yeah.
If
You
somebody
didn't
had to come
feel
at the,
good.
yes,
It
if
wasn't a
somebody
good
came
way.
at the end and went, nobody lifted
Yes.
my hand. It was just like, okay.
Did
so-
you feel?
So I guess I said that, and
And that's it. That's
And
all.
that's-
That's all it
yeah.
is.
I feel I almost hate to say this because I hate hearing it. You need to get over yourself. I have a friend of mine, very spiritual dude,
Spiritual.
spiritual,
please put the lighter back there while you talk about it.
and it's where the beers.
It's in the box.
Can you get me one non-alcoholic? On the record.
Real drinkers know their bottles, bro. Real drinkers like, I know that.
He goes,
This bottle caused so much havoc on God. Gods must be crazy. This so much havoc.
such an old movie.
That reference,
Yeah, dude.
it's
Bruh.
gonna miss so many people.
Yes.
Oh,
If
that's
you know,
so
you know.
great.
And it's one of
Oh,
those.
it's so great.
What's his name? Lee.
Lee.
Ang Lee.
No, his name is because he's no different movie.
Khoisan.
Different movie.
it makes me realize how
It's like there's so many movies with Khoisan people. No. This
I'm
other
thinking
one.
so many
I'm thinking of the
movies.
one with Dolph Lundgren that they shot here, and Nomsanene was in it. Nomsanene from
Chika Chika some Zetama.
yeah,
No.
Zamazama
Zama-
from
oh
Zamazama.
my God.
She was in that movie with Dolph Lundgren, and there was a Khoisan guy. Well, what is the correct term? We got to learn that because I know it's like one is just one tribe, then there's the general. Anyway,
Koi.
there was a Khoi guy.
And also other names are just racist.
there's
names.
racist
because
also,
it's
yeah.
Khoi and then people said Hottentots.
Hottentots and Bushmans and stuff. Yeah. So he was there, and there was a scene where he goes, "I am Gao." So in my head, I was trying to correct you. Go, no, nigga. He clearly said
Gao.
his name is Gao.
David was on that.
David.
Oh gosh, he's going David Cow.
Oh Jesus.
Tell us about your sparrow friend.
Olaf. No, so he's married to a I love them both as a couple. She is very spiritual, like those like Moon and
Are we saying names or what was that?
Vanessa and Dave are their names. Yeah,
Don't know who they.
so I was on World's Best with them. They live in he's an English guys.
Oh, okay.
So when I talked to them, I remember something he said that made me go, that's exactly how I feel. People, and his word was, I don't like the wanky language. It's very English. It's like,
I don't like a wanky
yeah.
language.
So I'll say something spiritual or whatever, right? And she'll say stuff to him. And I can see him, even though he believes in the principles, he just doesn't like the
wanky
the
language.
words.
Great, yes.
And then he'll use an example of what he believes, and it's exactly the same thing, but it involves like this hardcore language
Yes.
and these other analogies, and I'm
Yeah.
like, but it's the same thing.
he's like,
Right.
no, you're on a jizz in it. It was one person masturbating.
Yes, it's like that thing where you hear people go, "This is why I love comedy, because it speaks the man's language, like the ground language, as opposed to perseverance is the way to the path of success." Where it's like, fuck off, man.
Yes.
Tell me, it's almost like express it
In
differently.
comedy, you'll just tell the person, sometimes you just got to get through the wank.
Exactly.
People go, that's what I need to do at work tomorrow.
Yes, like like the idea of a Buster Nut, Orlando Baxter, the post
Busting that clarity.
Buster Nut clarity. I will listen to an hour talk about post Buster Nut clarity,
Yes.
as opposed to wait, think, consider, blah blah
Do you know what
blah.
I've just realized?
No.
Success, just a cheat code to success
Yeah.
is writing down the thoughts you have just after you bust a nut. Because after you bust, especially a wank nut, you think about all the things you could have been doing. You know, you still have to send that note to no, and maybe if you just spent your time doing this, no. You know the guilt one. Sometimes you get hit with the guilty nuts.
I've always been
guilt
surprised at how many people who aren't Christian
Get guilt nuts.
get guilt nuts.
Yeah.
I always thought it was because I am, I don't know what the fuck I am, but that I grew up,
Why do
that
we
I
feel
have
so
Christianity
guilty about a
in
wank?
me, that it's exclusive to Christians.
Because it's
the
seen as
guilt.
the idea of sex was seen for conceiving.
Yes, but
so sex, even sex out of marriage, it's all in that same cloud of wanking, all that shit. You know what I mean? Like you getting what's
I
the
don't
word?
know if the satisfaction.
Not satisfaction. But it's something like satisfaction, but it sounds more negative. Satisfaction.
But
sounds-
that's the thing.
Gratification.
When I started finding out that when I started finding out,
Nice.
the Bible never said nice. That's one thing.
Not a single thing in the Bible was ever nice.
the authors of the Bible didn't write nice.
People were having nice
Yes.
all the time.
Because it's very hard to do a C in stone.
It's all curves. It's all curves.
Verily, verily, I say unto thee, nice. But I remember hearing like people who I knew didn't
Sorry,
believe in God
sorry, I'm just
feel
picturing-
guilty after busting a nut. What?
I'm just picturing Moses telling, when Moses went up the mountain to write the 10 Commandments, just picturing him telling God, slow down, I'm doing the S. Thou shalt. Hey man, you're rushing. What did you say?
You know how you say a word slowly when you're writing? Sheldon. But back then it was like, what is that? Shout.
I wonder how much. It's like when radio.
When Moses came down the mountain with the 5, because he couldn't hold 10. Then he's reading them, they're like, sure, that's a lot. The crowd, yo, that's a lot. Yeah, there's another 5. Someone help me come. Fuck. This guy's boring.
Like radio.
Mary, Joseph, the donkey.
I always used to get irritated at radio presenters who just assume we have pens ready when they say, call this number.
Numbers. Bruh.
Did you ever call in?
But then people were calling them like, these people have good memories.
Yeah.
I hate callers.
But those are the people to and from work every morning when they're cleaning the house. They hear their number.
Yeah.
Their number.
Over and over.
That number eventually it's an address for them. They know that they're like, okay, I got this thing.
It's like what's it? 760-40. You'll know it. The urbanized.
Yes.
700?
60-40. When
Which is what?
when your plumbing's being naughty.
Yes.
Call Rota Ruta. This,
that's
this
hilarious.
episode is not brought by Rota Ruta. 760-40. Whenever plumbing's being naughty.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I feel like you
No,
added,
but that was like an ad for years on East Coast Radio.
Wow.
I almost thought it was an East Coast Radio jingle. Because they just like kept that jingle forever. But
You know
jingles
this
worked.
Yeah.
Jingles
I'm
work.
surprised because I don't
This
think
is
I've
like
heard that ad
late
in maybe-
90s. Yeah, late 90s.
The fact that he remembers it so
Yellow
well.
Pages days.
Yeah.
Oh my God. This
Your
is a
fingers do the
throwback
walking through
episode.
the yellow pages.
Nobody's ever said something on radio that's made me go, actually, I have an opinion about this.
That to call in.
I've never heard a thing in my life.
That's so funny.
To get involved.
To
make me go,
or
actually.
television, because you know also you can call into TV. You could call
Yes.
into TV eventually.
I don't know what your was, but he said TV. No! Fucking hell! You said it, bro. That's the. Oh man, I don't know why that brought me so much joy.
No, you were saying
Have
something.
you seen on the news now? They have people calling in.
Oh, for real?
People sending in videos about the news.
No,
And I'm just like, we depend on you to be journalists.
no.
Yes.
I don't need Tamsanga
Bro, give up.
who's been an opinion on this
Seriously,
thing.
give up. I've given up on journalists. Not given up on journalists in terms of what they do, but for me as a place to
To
get concrete.
yeah, I know.
Because, and I'll tell you why. I'm on Temptation Island. True love.
Hey.
So True Love wanted to interview me. Yay. That's a so post-pastor nut sound.
And then
So they wanted to do an interview. And I don't like doing interviews if I have the option to send me the questions so that I can sit with them so that I can make the thing nice. Because I know if I call, if it's face to face, it's going to be very like whack.
yes.
Because your questions are going to be whack. I'm not going to have time to make them
Yes.
pretty. So they sent me questions. And I was like, okay, cool. These 6 questions. And I answered them honestly, but I added some, you know. One of the question was, how long have you been single? And my answer was something along the lines of everything, because of COVID and lockdown, everything is multiplied. It just feels like everything's been longer. So I've been single for 16 years.
Yes.
Kitty, laugh. Do I not look at the article? Tat has been single for 16 years.
Jesus.
I'm like,
H. Christ.
do the math. I told you I was married for 7 years. How am I single for 16 years?
You were married at 2.
And that's what I was,
Your senior primary was wild. You had 2 kids with a divorce.
No wonder you went bald.
and I remember reading it, like I didn't repost or anything because I'm like, no man, this is horrible.
I hate the face-to-face because they'll read the bio. Somebody's
I'm sorry. I'm just
no problem, babe. Somebody sends through the bio and then they catch things that are interesting to them. So Trevor's always on the bio. Then they go, how's Trevor Noah? Then I go, but I'm here for something totally different.
Right.
And I don't mind Trevor being brought up because if we've worked with him, all three of us have worked with him. But I'm going, this thing isn't to find out about Trevor because he doesn't post about Trevor.
Yes.
Right.
Then you know, like, guys, this is just unprofessional.
I've seen people read my bio in the interview. Like when you go, wow, you didn't care at all.
Yes, you
It's
genuinely.
like, you didn't even know I was coming. Your
Yes.
producer made this happen.
Oh no.
And you were like stuck with, what are we doing next? We're doing Lois and Mading. Is that a sandwich? What is that?
Is that a sponsor?
Is that a sponsor? What is that?
And then they leave you
horrible.
to the last 40 seconds. So all these politics, eh? Gwede Matashi. Yeah.
And you go, I don't read the paper.
Yes.
It's slow porn.
It's very simple.
What must I do with this? What must I do with this?
Oh gosh.
Because for me, as a comedian, you're going,
How do you think real journalists feel?
I don't even know what that means.
what? Yeah, also.
I mean, like there are publications that are based on real journalism, like I think it's called Newsweek, but it's like, but they also like you look at the publication, you can tell it's real journalism because they don't make much money off their publication. They make money from like Johnny's Toyota thing. It's not Toyota making an ad as a company in
Right.
the thing. It's like Jan's Vereniging, Vereniging Motors and
Yeah.
But the articles are like really in depth. But the rest of them, when you see like big money art, when you see big money, just know that they're doing everything for big money.
When you say, what do you mean big money?
So if
In
you
terms
see a
of-
publication where there's big money in it, as in like
For
Pick and Pay has taken out 4-page spread and Coca-Cola's got an ad
Right.
and all that stuff.
the advertising.
They have to now make everything so that these guys feel it's no longer about journalism. It's about we need to create we need to create the space for these guys to want to put their stuff in our space.
Got you.
Fuck, I need to buy a paper. I don't even know what's in a paper. I see the headlines that when you're in the store.
I don't think
see-
you're missing much.
But
I feel like I catch up. I feel good that I have knowledgeable friends who catch me up all the time.
Right.
More than reading the paper. Because every time I read the paper, I'm just like, this doesn't feel like journalism. It feels like you're telling me something I would have found out anyway.
Right. I feel bad
know what I
now
mean?
because you guys are my knowledgeable friends.
Oh, that's
And I'm
horrible.
finding out
that we're not the knowledgeable friends.
You're telling me you relying on my knowledge.
You are so far down the what's that game
Oh, it's
where you
horrible.
whisper in a person's ear?
Oh yes, broken telephone.
Broken telephone. You're so far down that Gwede Mantashe is now exiting Afghanistan.
Oh. Didn't you say Afghanistan? Yeah, it's so bad. But we are living someone sent me a message where we are living in a generation that gets political resolve from memes. And even when I heard that, I wasn't quick to say that's a bad thing. I was almost going, I guess then
Memes are almost a distillation. Of
yes,
things,
because creativity still exists in that. And it's just up to now the people who make those little popcorn things to do it in a way that is true, that is hard-hitting, that is quick, that
It's
isn't.
based in truth.
Yes.
It's based in opinion
Right.
also. Yeah.
So I'm kind of like, yeah, it is. Just make the memes. It's like Zapiro or whatever. Not Zapiro, but any satirist who's a cartoonist.
Yes.
It's literally one cartoon that has to tell.
yes.
So
I actually get a lot of my information not just from clever like I guess it would be called memes because of how viral it went, but like clever tweets and clever stuff like that where I go, oh, that's what's happening.
like what you said about opinions earlier.
What?
Where you
Opinions are
like,
important.
if things happen now,
Yes.
10 kids die in Tunisia or whatever. That's
Tunisia just went, what the fuck? Dude?
I know.
Tunisia has
I was
no
trying to
bad
pull-
press.
We haven't had 10 kids die simultaneously in decades.
Yes.
No, but it's one
Tunisia's
of
like, Gaza Strip, the whole thing. There's your material there. Leave us.
because
I haven't
that's,
heard a bad thing about Tunisia since they lost 2-0 in 96 because of Mark Williams.
oh shit. Do you remember Pierre? Oh no, we can't go back there. Do you remember Pierre Issa?
Yes, the guy scored the 2 own goals.
What was he? I didn't
He
understand
was
why he
South Af-
existed in our lives.
He was South African of French descent, and he spent his adolescent years in France, played in a French club, and then
Made a bad decision.
Never played one game for Bafana leading up to the World Cup, and then
Yes.
was there, and then scored 2 goals in the opening game. And then I think
Oh, shit.
Henri scored the other one, young Henri. I remember that shit. I was the guy who used to have World Cup things on the thing.
Oh,
I
yeah?
remember
Tick.
watching. This
Who
is
scored? Remember, you had to fill in what the game was. So you look at the group stages, and then you had to fill in. So it was 2-1 to Brazil.
that
You
stuff
don't-
is dead.
Guys, we used to be
It's
so
dead, huh?
involved. We used to be so
So
involved.
involved. Remember the cans? Did you collect the World Cup 90?
Everything,
All
bro.
of
World Cup
it,
94
Rugby,
cans.
the
I remember.
cards.
And the cards. Yeah.
All that shit. But I think they still exist.
Of course, yeah.
I think there's still
But they're
an
not
audience
stronger
for
than
it.
memes.
Right.
I'm honestly of the. That's why I've always been like, I've gotten over the fact that as a comedian, I'm not important, because I'm like, but people listen to the street shit.
Yes.
Most people listen. Like what I was telling you earlier, Uber drivers have the wildest stories.
No. As a comedian, you do 10, 15, 20, 30, 60-minute memes.
Right.
As a comedian, you distilling some kind of thinking and thought and ideas and what's happening around you, but you're doing it in a long, it's not even long form, because if you think about how much you get in there in quick bits.
And how much you interact with real life, real
life.
people.
It's just real life memeing.
David Kubuku writes on The Daily Show, he said that because of memes and
I
people's
like how you
opinions,
professionally did that, because we know who he is and what he
Yeah,
does, but you do it for the listeners. I love that you're a professional, baby.
he said they've got to collect all the information about what happened and then collect all the opinions. So when Trevor speaks, he needs to give you the information, take away your opinions, and then give it his way. Because if you catch on to opinions, by the time you've caught on to 5 opinions, your story's everywhere.
Right.
Yes.
So but you need to do that all quickly. It's almost like a mother watching their kids grow, or father watching the kids grow and going, I'm gonna wait until somebody cries. Yes, they're fighting, but I'll
Right.
step in when they cry.
Is
I
that
can't
not
step in.
how you do it?
I was like, that's pretty much
That's pretty much what I do.
You're doing well if they're not crying, right?
But but you need you've got to wait to hear it nowadays how people feel, because you can also come out of nowhere.
Yeah,
something
yeah,
happens,
yeah.
and then Loy goes, "This is how I feel," and then the world goes, "Oh, we're not even worried about what happened right now. The way you told us that thing, I have a problem with how you given us."
But that's again the problem, not the problem, the work of being inclusive. It's a wheelchair ramp. It is. It's a wheelchair, because you have to.
it's
Because
a digital wheelchair ramp.
I saw someone talk about sex today, and in terms of like how to be comfortable and how to make yourself comfortable and da da da. And I remember the caption was, "This is for you and your partner or partners." Like, because they realize that people aren't no
wow.
longer monogamous.
Yeah.
So you can't just now talk about these things from that standpoint. You've got to, if you're gonna talk about it, include as many people as you can.
But then how long do we have to wait until we can include everyone but speak to everyone equally? Because right now Caitlyn Jenner's running for governor and wants to carry on building the wall. So Caitlyn Jenner's saying a lot of racist things in the media that nobody
She
talks
wants to
about.
build a wall.
She wants to carry on Donald Trump's wall. So she's Republican. So she's going, I want to carry on this wall and all those things.
Do you say that wokely or
What?
politically?
She?
Yes.
No, I say she now. It's in. It's in.
It's in.
I was corrected in the beginning of it,
Yeah.
but now it's in.
Okay, cool.
Right.
And I'm cool. with
That's
it.
interesting. Okay.
Yeah. But now you're like, okay, cool. I get Caitlyn Jenner. I'm down for your movement personally. But now when can we talk about this thing and go, hey, bruh, this is some bullshit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we down for whatever you're going through personally. But right now,
I guess it's part of the thing of the society where we can only think of people as one thing. So we think of Caitlyn Jenner as like the hero of whatever of that
Transgender.
yeah.
I don't know what to call it, movement or that freedom or whatever it is.
Right.
Let's call it that freedom.
Freedom
So
to
that-
cut off your dick.
He doesn't have to cut off his dick. He could still have his dick.
Yes.
Stay woke.
All right.
And she's still attracted to
I mean,
females.
sorry.
She's still attracted to females.
I don't
She's
trust-
still
I
attracted
don't
to
trust-
females.
Caitlyn Jenner is still.
I'm
Yes.
gonna say it on a public platform. I don't trust her transition.
What?
I just feel like they'll do anything for attention.
Hey, dude. Also in that world. Also, it's that person in that world.
I think those guys,
Yes.
not necessarily like not transgender people.
Yes.
Change. Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
Lloyd's
saying
not saying every.
Those guys
Yes.
will do anything for attention.
That family.
That group, I'm just like, and I'm allowed my opinion.
Yo.
Even with the beer is very
This
much
is like our final episode.
Forever.
For ERFs.
season 4.
Oh, but I
They
do hear
finally
you.
shut them down.
I do hear you.
So you think of them as one thing, so that it's
Yeah.
hard now to also vilify the hero.
Yeah.
Because you made them a hero, and it's like hard in the same way that we can't hero a villain. It's hard for us to go. It's hard for us to even say Bill Cosby made me want to do what I do,
Right.
because all we can label Bill Cosby is as a villain now.
Yeah.
I've seen people like take away all his work, and I go, yeah, life is more complicated than that, and I know it's hard to deal with, but it's like you have to deal with. If we're dealing with what he did, yeah, let's deal with that. It's horrible. He should have gone to jail. Cool, but let's also deal with that. If we're
Would
dealing
you
with
buy a
this,
ticket to a Cosby show if he started a tour now?
Yes,
He
but
started
I
touring now
wouldn't.
after doing his
Stand-up
time.
comedy, yeah.
Yes, but I wouldn't drink anything.
concession stand.
Yeah.
How about you have a consent stand?
Well, just spikes the whole audience.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. That's a tough one, Tat. I don't even know. Because before all this Bill Cosby stuff, starting off comedy, I went and found every comedy tape I could, and I watched Bill stuff.
Yes.
So you go, hey, bro, I can't even answer that on the spot.
Because digging enough.
Because you can't articulate it in a way that helps you walk the eggshells, or you don't know the words.
I don't know how I feel about it yet.
Okay, cool.
Because also, yeah. Also, the ticket's free. What am I buying?
Do I get a backstage pass? What is happening?
You get to perform. You get to. Here
You know what I'd love to go watch?
open for
now my
Yes.
face is on it.
Yeah.
I can't even sneak into the
your
theater.
name is on it.
I would have snuck into the theater, but now my name's on it. So look, my career is too fragile for that.
You know, I'd love.
My career is too fragile.
People still think you're a sponsor on radio shows. I need to work harder before I.
You know, I'd love to go and speak to OJ. I'd love to have a talk. OJ. OJ says the craziest things. OJ said last week he doesn't like being in the state of California anymore because he always feels like he could be sitting next to the person who killed Nicole. Dude, he's like, I want to hear more of that shit.
When you're so deep in your own life.
It's also you doing this.
You're creating
that makes it
characters.
worse. What is justice if? Because he was proven not guilty.
Yes.
So what are we? What now,
No,
guys?
he was
What?
given not guilty.
He was given not guilty.
But you know the thing with OJ? OJ's case came at a perfect time because Rodney King was just beaten up. All the policemen got off scot-free. OJ came at the great time of racism had built enough that they could go, okay, the justice system can't take this black brother down, who's also as loved by more white people than black people.
Right.
I just think his case was at the perfect time.
I hear you.
Like if Oscar had killed that girl when Thingy swam with one leg, it would have been better for him.
No. If Thingy swam with one leg and killed all the swimmers and got away, scot free. Then
What's her name? Skuman, no?
Natalie
Natalie
Dutoy.
Dutoy.
Natalie
You missed
Dutoy.
out on an opportunity to commit mass murder. I mean,
To mass murder. You-
Mass murder.
Miss
To miss murder.
I just hate it.
To mislead.
They
Tomato
always,
sauces.
they always put
It always jumps out. The blackness always reminds you.
comes you.
I don't think you're too much.
I said that once on the talk. Like, someone asked me, do one of those panel things, and they asked, how do you maintain your Africanness in spaces where like Western, you know, when people ask their woke questions.
Yeah.
And I was like, look, as an African, when I do something, it's African. Like I can't help but be African
Right.
when I do it. It's like when people put on a weave, you can put on a weave, but the cruise is gonna come through at some point. It's like you can't fight your Africanness. So when you do something, if I do a quote unquote white thing as an African, I'm an African.
Doing a white thing.
I'm just an African. If
You
I
want-
do ballet as an African, I'm not doing a white thing. I'm an African doing ballet.
Got you.
You're gay African, dude.
I didn't want to go.
Statistically.
Yeah, I'm fucking
Only
around.
Statistically, in the
Only
mind, in the
statistically.
mind
Yes.
of
No,
Yes.
but literally statistically.
Yes.
dyslexically.
But then that's the other thing where you go, okay, cool. If all male dancers in ballet, I know this isn't true because
Right.
I've met straight ballet dancers. So if you go
You mean they postures and shit? Come on, man.
Good backs.
Good bad.
it's yeah, no, fuck man.
Live your life, guys. So I moved. The reason why I moved to this place was because I was getting noise complaints from my old place during lockdown with 2 kids and working from home. And I remember that tension I had because the neighbors who were complaining were gay.
Yes.
And like I really had an anger towards them in terms of guys, what the fuck, which I felt I couldn't express because they were gay.
Right.
And I remember very distinctly having to go through that thing of I'm angry at what they're doing and how they're treating me, but I can't express my fullest anger. It's almost like that thing I was saying to Robbie. If you're a person who takes huge offense to someone scuffing your shoe in a club and you react violently, it looks different if the person who scuffed your shoe is gay.
Yes.
Just from a
Optics.
yes. Where it's like, no, I'm not treating this person like this because they're gay. I'm treating them because they scuffed my shoe.
This is a horrible example.
No, in terms of just that was my.
No, I'm just saying that because it's so menial.
You mean the shoe thing?
Yes.
No, but for people, dude, people.
Yeah, people get shot for those things.
Yeah. The stories,
I know.
he's told me about how people love their shoes.
I know how real it is in society. I'm just thinking like in the greater thing. I'm just like, oh, it's a horrible example. If someone doesn't know that culture, they listen to this going,
Yes.
What the fuck?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Maybe you must explain yourself.
But but it's a real
But
thing.
it's a universal thing. There's fights
Right.
happen over shoes
Yeah.
everywhere.
Everywhere.
And that's when I was like, maybe equality is when we can treat each other equally, but by equally, it's not just the good
With the
things.
equal assholery.
Yes.
Oh,
Where
that's
you
true.
are a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Because you are a motherfucker.
Because you are a mother. Put your hand
Yes.
down, you are a motherfucker.
Yeah.
It's got nothing to do with your hand.
Nah, put the flag down.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that's my thing with Caitlyn Jenny thing where you can go, we're going to understand your humanity and your rights to be whoever you want. But you if you can't see it, the world like that, then why am I fighting for your thing? Why am I fighting for the world to see you as a human, but you not seeing the world as human beings and all that shit? So you know what I mean? It's
Sorry.
a double.
I'm just going,
So you're laughing it so much.
while enjoying this chocolate.
Oh my God.
This
my baby.
is-
Take some of that.
Oh, this is one of those things. My partner is to hide my chocolate.
Oh shit.
Oh, hilarious.
If we buy chocolate, she has to hide it so I don't eat it all in one sitting.
That's so
That's how
funny.
much I love chocolate. And then I just realized it's such a woman trope.
What?
Women love chocolate. Get her chocolate. She's on a period. Buy her chocolate.
Oh, you're going to
You
go
love her,
that
buy her
stereotype
chocolate.
again.
No, I'm saying that's a stereotype. And I'm like, stereotypes are so weird because as far as stereotypes go, I'm so gay.
You gay.
Yes. If you just take these stupid stereotypes, like I go, I love buying flowers. I love buying flowers and putting orchids in my house. And
Yes.
I love chocolate. And I love You know what I mean? Like I love all these things, and I'm like, I'm apparently allowed to love them as a man, singularly.
Right.
I'm not allowed to love chocolate as a man, just chocolate. But now you're gonna put showers and bubble baths and on top of that.
I got a friend of mine bought me
If
flowers.
homosexuality was a tick box thing, I would be like,
Yes.
I would have to be gay. I would have to go, oh, I'm gay.
I'm putting incense on this last.
Must I light the spark?
Yes.
The incense burn on both sides.
Friend of mine bought me flowers, and I was like, "Thank you." And then I watered them as per instruction. And then I remember when I got home and they were blossoming, the feeling I got. I remember going, "Oh fuck, I love flowers," but I didn't realize that because
You're a 30-something-year-old man who just
I'm a
realized he loves
36-year-old
flowers.
man, not even flowers, dog. Receiving flowers. Yes. Being bought flowers. Because subconsciously, and I said this, subconsciously, flowers were always something that you get the girl and guys get the girl.
Yes.
But when they were blooming in my house, I was like, this is the motherfucking shit. And I only say motherfucking shit because I don't want to seem
disguise.
gay. Yeah.
I want to know which lady forgave her man with flowers or whatever. The flowers became the thing.
Yeah,
Something had to-
because some
there
guy
were other
told
things-
guys, and
Yes.
guys went, do that. Yes.
What did you do that?
Yes. Something had to happen. Yeah, now we're gonna be hit by
Zen? You want to get hit by Zen, nigga?
But I'm
Whatever he wants to get hit by. Why are you judging his? What did you get hit by with the flowers?
Oh man,
A dick?
No. I remember just going. If I discover that I love receiving flowers at 36, how many more things do I not
That's the
know
thing.
about
Too
myself?
Because of
Because
quote unquote toxic masculinity.
Toxic, yeah,
Yeah.
I guess that's what fucking it is.
I remember being at the ballet. The Russian ballet was here at Nelson Mandela Theatre. I was like, this is fantastic.
Give me your adjective.
This is I didn't
Not
wanna,
motherfucking dope.
I didn't want to say exquisite either.
Right.
I'm always,
man.
whenever I've been to the ballet, I'm always amazed at the physical strength of all the dancers. The
Yes.
stuff that ballerinas do.
Yeah.
Oh, bro.
Yeah, it's
Too much.
It's insane. It's
That's
insane.
like proper strength, bro.
Yeah.
That's why those dudes are ripped. The
Yeah,
ladies,
proper.
like, and not looking at
The
the ladies
ladies
in a
look
sexual
dainty,
way.
but yo, bro, those
Right.
ladies
But
are
have you-
strong,
dude.
And it's so funny how you'd only respect ballerinas if you saw them fucking up people. Like as a man,
If you just saw
as
them,
a man, and then in the man's head it goes, "Oh no, don't fuck with ballerinas, bro. They
Yeah,
dance,
yeah,
but they
yeah.
fuck
but they'll
you up."
fuck you up. Yeah.
Then all of a sudden it's okay.
Yeah. I remember my friend saying that about yoga. Like, don't fuck with yoga chicks, bro. Those chicks it's strong, bro. They're strong. They got strong legs. They could kick you and you'd feel it. I'm like, what?
Oh, guys,
You
we
made
need-
the leap to violence on yoga?
But that's violence is what communicates that you're a man.
yeah.
I remember the stupidest game we used to play when we were Ep8. Do you ever play Ep8 when you were young?
I've heard about
maybe
it.
we called
Petro,
it something
maybe.
else. How did the game
So
go?
if you and I, because we were young and none of us know how to start a fight, so the group who wants to see a fight helps us facilitate the fight.
Oh,
So
5
you're
bob
the-
no pera.
What?
5 bob no pera, meaning 50 cents. 50 cents, I'm betting that you guys aren't going to fight.
How does that one go?
So it's literally, the game is, it's an instigator game. So you're trying to get something out of Loy.
Yes.
And then there's, when you see a split second of, Loy's catching feelings now.
Yes.
And then immediately,
Yes.
5 bob no pera. Now it's the pressure. I'm betting 50 cent that you don't have it in you to hit tuts.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I know that.
The game should be called peer pressure.
Yeah, but now yours requires people with pocket money and shit.
Oh,
Ours doesn't
Yours
need-
requires a budget.
Yes, ours is budgetless. If there's 4 of us here and you guys feel that thing of we want to go at it, and then it becomes a grrr, you stand next to me, and then Loy will hit me, and then if you're next to me, I'll hit you, and then you'll be like, "Hey, what the fuck? Why'd you hit me?" And then we fight because I hit you.
We just need
Because
a context.
We just need,
Oh my God.
So even if it's 10 people, the 2 people who are fighting can be at the end. You hit, but the moment I hit you, it becomes like, what are you doing? And now it's a fight.
Ah, Jesus. You know what we had? We just had people putting themselves in the situation. So if me and you are just having a random scuffle,
Yes.
next thing you know, you have someone go, "Ha, uyamyeka,
Yo, God.
uyamyeka."
Meaning?
Are you leaving him?
Oh.
Are you gonna let him say that?
Oh, you let
And
him
they
say
start-
that about your mama? It's the same shit everywhere.
And they start building it up. Yo, I would have hit him. You leaving him? Oh, I would have hit him.
Yeah.
You walking away. Anything you do at that point, you're just looking at me. Oh, I would've
Are
hit
you
him.
a man if you can't fight? Are you a man if you can't
Oh, man,
protect
this-
yourself physically?
Yes,
Right.
because our society has moved to the point where that's the least of your trouble.
Right. You've got taste buds to protect.
I gotta get that chocolate fix.
Dude, when I smell this, these are in all the tea rooms in Durban.
But in a very
Really?
The incense.
It's so funny. A Durbanite gave me this shit.
Yes. Immediately I'm thinking of apple munch.
I'm sorry, baby.
No, it's fine. No, it's not. It's not a frustrating me. It's just a nostalgic smell.
I write with this now, and I think I have a very. The thing about
I'm
smoke,
chewing into the machine.
I see you, bro. You loose and shit.
But I'm gonna finish this.
Maybe your partner here.
Thank you, baby.
My mom used to keep quality streets, and when I bought this, after doing grocery shopping, and I bought this, and I said, "This is for me." I literally remember going, "Oh, this is where my mom had things hiding in her purse, like luxuries.
Oh,
Because
shit.
it's all she could have.
It's all she could have
That
to
was
get
hers.
away from the bullshit."
That was hers.
Yeah.
When you become a parent, nothing is yours anymore.
She shares
And you just want to find that little thing when the kid goes to bed and I can just watch Rick and Morty.
Right. Yours is
It's
Rick and
my
Morty.
thing. It's my. I don't even like when my partner comes to it. When she comes down to watch with me, I'm like, oh, let me have a thing. Let me have this one.
Guys, the circle of
20-minute
life
thing.
is unescapable.
I'm like that. I can't
inescapable.
wait till my sister falls asleep
inescapable.
so I can watch porn.
Alright.
Sleep, Meryl, sleep.
Sleep.
Sleep, Meryl, sleep.
You have that joke about waiting for your mom to sleep for ETV.
Yes.
You haven't changed.
No, it hasn't changed at all. It hasn't changed at all. Sleep, Meryl.
You've been needing to live alone since you were born.
Work was tough, right? Sleep.
I remember I told you guys the day my dad nearly caught me masturbating,
Yes.
and I think it would have changed my entire life if I was sitting here with a memory of my dad catching me. Like, I don't think I'd be the same person.
Because now, even when I do it, even when I've been at home alone, I lock doors. Because also Meryl has the key to the door, but she doesn't have the trilly door key. I lock that thing. I'm like, if you happen to come home early from work, you must knock.
You need to fight for your entry.
You'll
But
knock.
you know Meryl knows that if the trilly door's locked, you masturbate. Because sometimes we put these things up where we think they'll never know because they
yes.
can't see.
This guy's jailed himself for a wank.
Oh my gosh. And you know how this is one of my definitions of freedom. Is being able to watch porn. I'm going to say it's in public, and it is in public because it is the most watched thing, number one, on the interweb
And done thing in the world.
and done thing in the world.
Right.
And I feel like it's almost like the
It's an
equivalent of
open secret.
it's an open secret.
Yes.
Oh man. And I feel like if my
It's weird. I enjoy porn for the.
because what the fuck is
I don't know what's happening.
This guy
there.
was thinking about that.
the poetry. What are you gonna say?
Script. What is this look?
Sluts.
For the voyeurism of it. For the voyeurism of it. So if it's too performative and in your face and we're doing this and looking into camera, I don't enjoy it. I must feel like I'm watching something real.
Right.
Yes. It's almost like growing up, you knew sex was happening somewhere. And you wish you could see
see
the
it.
sex is happening.
Yes.
And porn is seeing the sex that's happening. But I don't want to break that fourth wall. I don't want
Yes. You want to be seeing it, not
I want
it
to.
being performed.
Yes. So I don't watch professional porn.
That's interesting. Because I know my thing. Why? Continue yours.
You know, for that. Because professional porn is just like you guys are doing it because you know I'm watching.
So you do amateur.
Whereas this one
things.
feels like somebody shot a video and then they moved house and they forgot the tape. And then somebody found the tape And now I found the thing.
So you watch amateur and sex
Amateur
tapes.
is much better.
Wow.
Yeah.
But they don't know how to do the thing with the
But
amateurs.
but the thing, I'm not there for the performance. I'm there for the seeing two people actually do the thing,
Right.
Yes.
and I get to see it.
Yes. Also, the porn stars I like ones where they look like they're studying something else. Like they're not. Like they.
What does that
Probably
even
gives
mean?
them backstories. Ooh, she's probably a doctor.
Yeah.
'Cause you
Third
can-
year. She's only doing this because you know how
Yes.
fees are.
I
You don't
watch
like
that-
porn that doesn't have world books in the background.
No, but there's some porn you watch and you go, this person there's no backup plan here. They're giving themselves to the industry of porn. And there's a lot of different videos of theirs you can click, and now you know what I mean? You're 2 years
Yes.
back in their career, all that shit. I want a person going, I can't ask my dad because we haven't spoken for a bit. And
Right.
those, I want that kind of thing of, this isn't me. I've got a future.
Yeah.
I'm just, and understand
That would be
myself.
nice. Guilt-free porn would also be
Yes.
nice.
That-
but you
how,
have to pay
though?
for that porn. It's not free.
Going back to that question.
yeah,
Going
I
back to that
haven't paid.
question.
But then we fall into the performative space again.
But I want to say, going back to that question. First of all, why do you feel guilty after busting a nut? Wet
don't
masturbating.
know, bruh.
Do you know why you feel
I don't know.
dirty or or
Because even beyond my days of religion, it's the occasional one will catch me, and I think it's a time thing.
The occasional watch.
Like
will
I
catch you.
judge the occasional wank will catch me, and I'll be like, oh man.
I love how you saying
what
the
are you
occasional
doing?
wank happens as if you don't make the wank happen.
No, the occasional wank will catch me. Isn't like the occasional nut, the nut
Right.
will catch me, or I'm like, oh, why do I feel bad about that? But sometimes I feel like I just wasted a nut.
Is it?
Yeah, I just feel like sometimes you're just like, what? You just watched that, or you're like, now? I'm like, you had a wank yesterday. You didn't need a wank. That was a boredom wank. What are you doing?
Oh man.
I don't like boredom wanks.
I don't like wanking. Like I wank less now because I feel like I'm taking away, because my thing is the emotion. Yours is voyeurism. Yours is career options.
Yes.
Mine is I get emotionally involved.
Well, you like to backstory people. You
No,
like to.
I like
research.
I connect. Like I think I wank to connect as opposed to
Are
bust
you
a
those
nut.
people who watch the 30-minute videos to get into the story?
I'm one of the people who try to.
Nah, you too.
I'm at 16 minutes.
You too emotionally invest. You
I
watch
am,
porn.
I am.
The same way you get vaccinated is the way you watch porn. It's too much.
Because I feel like I'm taking away from my
What has that got to do with the price of right?
just bust a nut, nigga.
About the nut.
I feel like I'm taking away from, if I have a partner, I feel like I'm taking away my sex and my sexuality and whatever
Yes.
I have in me
Yes.
to give. So if I'm horny, for example,
Yes.
I'm like, this horny belongs to the person I'm with.
Got you.
This hardness, I must be giving to this person.
Yes.
And when I bust it, because it is depleting.
Yes. It's
It is
very
like depleting where you now don't have a nut.
Yes.
You now don't have a sex drive. You now don't want to have sex.
Yes.
So now I've taken that from an
Yes.
actual person.
Yes.
And so when
There's partly that.
oh yeah,
Sometimes.
but
sometimes, like,
this is the
it's
first
your
time
own.
I'm saying it out loud.
But sometimes even in a relationship, you're like, this is just for me. But then there are those ones that, like I said, the occasional one. And one of the reasons is you could have used this. You could have given this to
You
your
could have
partner.
given this
You
to
could
the
have given this
person.
to her. Yeah.
Yeah, but my
especially
only,
because I'm a one round guy.
right.
So it even feels like,
Yes.
oh, now
Exactly.
whoever's in my life,
exactly.
I
Yeah,
can't give anything
yeah.
to.
I
If
gotta
they
give
happen to be in
at
the
least
mood,
24 hours, but preferably 48.
My biggest thing is, if anything looks,
Because you also want to be in it too. Because you can have sex after that, but it's like, this is just for you. I'm not that involved in this one. Which is fine sometimes because you're like, the person can have pleasure. But then you're like, I want us to both be in this thing. So I need to save my nut.
my biggest thing is if it has any hint of rapiness, girls tied up.
Yeah.
Or when they say underage,
Yeah.
I'm just like, no, this person. If I was
but tied up isn't rapiness.
no,
There
but
are some,
when
there
it
are
looks,
some poor. There are some
Domineering. I think
Clips.
it's called domineering. Dominatrix. Dominatrix.
BDSM.
Oh, yeah, BDSM.
That kind of shit puts me off. My
No,
thing is,
if
I was seen with you in public, you wouldn't go, Rob, what are you doing with this person? You know what I mean? Like if you say you met the person you wank over.
Oh, you would have some questions with me. You would have some questions.
It's so funny in my head. I'm thinking how BDSM, how a letter changes everything. Because BDSM is free Palestine. In terms of,
Oh, it's a movement.
It's a movement. But BDSM is
BDS?
tie me up and fuck me. Fuck Palestine.
It's just
In
BDS.
fact, fuck a Palestinian.
Tie them up
and fuck them up. Letters.
Shit.
Oh, man.
There
just want my
are
shit
some
to be
porn
legal.
where it looks like the person's actually enjoying it.
Yes.
And maybe I can watch those, like professionals who look like they're genuinely enjoying it. But I can't watch the ones who are going, yeah, daddy, yeah, right there.
Yes.
I'm just like, this is
You're doing the script.
this is sad for me.
There's so many hot porn stars where you go, where are you though? Like those I can't.
I can't. Yeah, where you're like, you're not in this.
You're
thing.
not there.
Yeah, I can't watch those.
Guys,
I
let's
can't
quit
watch those.
porn. I think we'd be better lovers and better
I'll
people.
be real with you. I haven't
sound-
watched porn.
No,
You,
because
you
we've
sound like that one cell in my brain for the last 30 years that's been running around going, guys,
because we've
let's
been sold.
quit porn.
No, because here's what we've been sold. We've been sold, and we've been sold that it's natural.
You sound like the one cell in my brain that is the Jehovah's Witness of
no,
brain
but
cells.
it's not the Jehovah's.
Knocking on doors and was like, nigga, look, we need to bust on that sometimes.
Because I think we've been sold that it's natural. We've been sold that it's your.
Oh yeah, it's
your,
not natural.
and it's like
No one has ever look.
But the world's changed.
As soon as we had pictures, there was porn.
That's funny.
As soon as there was pictures,
Yes.
there was porn. But it's been more time without pictures than there has been time with pictures.
All right.
So, and now
I'm
it's
quitting
not
porn
just
today.
clear lies. It's got to be something bigger than just.
I
this
haven't watched
conversation.
porn in 3 weeks.
That's lies.
I swear to
I
you.
am
I've
jealous.
I get that.
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
I've just
I get
haven't.
that.
I haven't found, and I'm at home most of the time. There hasn't been a thing where I've gone.
Have you
"Let's
talked
watch
to
it."
someone?
I'm feeling fine.
Are you okay? I'm
You
concerned.
know, watch because that's what I feel. Because I'm like you, I get it. Where I'm like, I don't want this thing, and people
I'd
sell
also-
me. And
I think
people
I would
sell
be
me that
better
no,
without
man,
it.
it's for, and I'm like, it doesn't make me feel nice, and I know the reasons why.
But I wish if I knew another thing I would get that thing from, I would leave porn.
Your partner?
No one is that vigorous.
Ask the lady in the wheelchair. How did she get there?
No, man, fuck porn, guys, man.
It's no more as
Should
exciting.
we?
No, fuck porn.
It's no more as exciting.
It isn't.
It's just
Because also I think about how long it's been, and I'm like, that is the longest thing I think I've ever done in my life.
You sound like you're still at the peak of your porn.
No. I'm with you. Like I hear you on the fuck porn, but it's like, well, and then
Take that energy to a person. Let's try. Let's. If all you have is a person, then I think it's almost like in anything, in relationships, in romance.
I think you've forgotten how it is to be with someone who's still you're raising a 2-year-old with. Sex is way more energy than wanking.
right.
Sex is way more energy than wanking.
Right.
Wanking is when you get horny, quick release, it's out. Sex is,
Are you okay?
hey,
you've never asked your phone, do
kissing,
you want a sandwich and a glass
build-ups.
of water?
and also you can't just bring sex out of nowhere. It's like if you really having sex is something that you've been like building up. At least that day. A texture, a little something there, and then it happens. It's not just, hey, we got 5 minutes. That's not sustainable. You can have those, but that's not the sustainable kind. The sustainable kind is that high energy, put in time, put in work stuff.
Is that not the expectations we've put on sex though? Where it's like when Chris Rock says in the special, have all the types of sex: the lazy sex, the limp sex, the hard sex, the fast sex, the slow.
Yes.
Just have it. Just do it all.
Yes. When you're single
Right.
or without a kid. It's different. It's different. After a day of work and a child, 2 jobs. You're working 2 full jobs, and you think you're gonna just no one's got. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Get out of here, man.
Come on, man, get out of here.
Tough one.
Yeah, because you have no idea what we're talking about.
No. The kid.
Because
thing,
you almost don't have an excuse for this 3-week period.
But it's even saying it now. I'm not missing it, but at the same time, I'm not hating it. I'm just in a space of it's not needed.
Maybe it's
I want to
age,
get
man.
there.
But it's
That
not
feels
age.
good. I don't want to fight it. I don't want to be at a point of fighting it. I just want to be at a point of where I'm.
Do you feel like less of a man just like fighting that when you don't
Not
have
at
a
all.
sex drive?
No, I
Because
understand.
maybe
sex-
that's what this
No,
fucking
I
thing
feel
is.
like
Maybe
a
it's
sex drive. I feel like sometimes it's like, oh God, this is weird congruency.
yes.
I almost feel about sex sometimes the way I feel, the way my dad talks about food. He doesn't like eating. He's like, it's just the most inconvenient part of his day.
Right.
It's like to stop and eat. Sometimes I feel like I'm horny. No, now I gotta deal with this horny shit. Now I gotta do something about this horny that I've got right now. And I'm just like, if I could get to the point where I'm just like, I don't know, it's that where I'm just like, it's not an issue.
Right.
Where it can be there. Because if I see a hint of it now, not now, but like in the moment where I'm horny and I see like I'm on Insta and I get into that vortex,
Yes.
then it's like, look, I got 20 minutes.
Shit.
Damn it, man. Such a beautiful thing that
You know what it is?
Twisted.
What it feels like right now.
I wish there was a healthy thing. No one's described this healthy wank.
Yes, because the way I'm feeling about it right now and trying to think what it is, I know it's also nothing wrong. Because
Yes.
where I am in my life, I'm not even trying to, girls aren't even a thing. Actual human beings. So then I'm going, just because that's not a thing and the porn isn't a thing, nothing's wrong with it. I think it's the idea of at a certain age, you must be in a relationship. Why aren't you feeling all these sexual drives? Then I'm going, but it's fine. Like I genuinely don't feel like I'm missing
right.
the sex thing.
I just wish I knew what to do with it. But the thing is, it's almost like saying, it's almost like,
This is the most.
know what a ball
This
is.
is the most. I genuinely feel like for the first time, it's 3 of us trying to
figure something out.
figure something
And I'm
out.
really trying to figure out because I go, it's almost like having a tennis ball. You know how a tennis ball when you were a kid was 1,000 different games
Yeah.
Yeah.
because
Yes.
you knew the games? But imagine you only knew tennis and you only ever played tennis and you were just like, I love
Right.
this ball.
Not even tennis, cricket.
cricket.
I gotta get a pad, a ball box,
Yes.
a helmet, because I'm.
I
horny.
love this ball, but I don't know what else to do with it. It's like, just tell me what else to do with it. Oh, you can play this other thing. It's like, and that one is healthier because then I'd be like, oh, but no one tells you what else to do with horniness
Horny.
other than you got to find a way to bust that nut.
I'm not gonna.
I'm like, I've heard about like tantra and stuff, but it just seems so wanky.
I gotta stare at people for 30 minutes.
Breathing to my climax? Come on. Now.
But it goes to your point. I mean, we the point that you made in the live where you like, who told us that we're supposed to do
yeah.
this with our lips? And
Yes. I remember I remember the older boys talking about wanking and then going home doing this wanking thing and going, this is what the dick does.
Yeah.
And then I just wanked from then on.
Was that not the beginning of our
Oh,
destruction?
forever.
I remember when not discovered, but the first time I was like, I'm doing this for the rest of my life. And it didn't take long before I'm like, why do I feel so bad for the rest of my life? Guys, this is a problem.
It never felt like for the rest of my life. It felt like this is something I'm going to enjoy with somebody else one day. As in
Wanking?
No, as in the feeling.
You're not better than us.
No, but you go, the feeling that I'm experiencing in wanking, because most people lost wank before they lost virginities or whatever. Then I went, one day this is going to be experienced with somebody else.
Got you.
Now it's like, then, wanking gets boring and you go, this is doing nothing to me. Now for me, I'm like, the chase of that or the feeling, I'm going, this isn't fulfilling. And I don't mean in a spiritual way or whatever.
Yeah.
It's literally doing nothing right now. So even if I wanked and did it,
it
I'm
feels
going,
mechanical.
Yes, it feels like
Yeah.
I'm wanking because I should be wanking.
Guys, we're gonna leave that with you for season 3. We're gonna leave you on a wank because how else do you finish?
Hey, there we go. Copyright.
But we're gonna spend this time wank free. We're gonna go wank free for the entire time until we do the next episode. Just really thinking about it. Thank you for joining us in this season. See you in the next. Sorry we held back this episode.
This is the Dope Ass Podcast.